Angels in my life. Who are they, and how can they help me? Angels in my life are a constant presence. As a child, I was surrounded by angels. At church, we were always allowed to see and feel the presence of God. I remember feeling a great sense of peace with the angels as I walked into the church. When I am in my most creative state, I find myself writing or speaking in the most focused way possible. It is as if the angels are standing next to me, in the same place as I sit while writing. It is as if they are providing me with insight, giving me their wisdom, love, peace, and comfort. As a child, you are naturally drawn to things of beauty. This same feeling carries on into adulthood and can manifest itself in many ways. In fact, for some, their life may become so much more colorful and full of angels, or at least a stronger connection to them. Angels in my life are not only in the form of physical manifestations, they are also in my thoughts, feelings, and emotions. We all have different ways that we experience God. I am aware of my inner being, but for others, their consciousness of the presence of angels becomes very real. When I am aware of my angelic presence, it gives me an additional boost of confidence in my abilities and talents. Knowing that I am relying on God to help me succeed brings a new feeling of well-being. When I am aware of the love of my angelic guides, it makes me happier. And when I am feeling inspired, I know that my angel visitors are pleased with my performance. So why do I have these constant visits from my angels? It is because I am living my life according to the will of God. Whether I am having a bad day or doing well, my spirit helper or guardian angel makes me aware of my choices. I am aware of the things I choose to focus my life on. My thought patterns indicate that I am making the right choices. This is so much more than just a coincidence. My life has moved forward since I became aware of my angel's existence. I now have the desire and courage to make the right decisions for my good and the benefit of those I love. There is something magical about having the right attitude and knowing that my angel visitors are supporting me and helping me reach my goals. You can too become aware of your angels by feeling their presence. Just remember that when you are aware of angels, you are not fighting against them. You are choosing to be more in harmony with them. You are deciding to live a happy, fulfilled life. Angels in my life make me aware of my choices and the joy of living. They bring smiles to my face and peace to my heart. When I am ready to manifest my dreams and achieve my success, they are my most important support team. They have shaped my character, and they deserve to be remembered for that. Cherish these angels as you treasure your best friend. Angels in my life have also brought healing to my relationship with God. I am filled with the Holy Spirit and taught to share and accept Christ with others. I find my relationships with Him and others a tremendous source of sound, joy, and hope. I can see the beauty of others and appreciate the goodness in them. I am happy and peaceful when angelic beings surround me. When you are aware of angels in your life, you can ask them for help, comfort, and assistance. Angels are here to teach, guide, heal, strengthen, and support you every day. Live as you would live if you were on earth. Be calm and peaceful. Turn your inner light to God and give Him all that you have. Ask and receive His help, blessings, and support, as you would never want to live alone or be unaware of the love surrounding you. We must allow angels into our lives every day. Angels are messengers and are here to be available for us. They are messengers of peace, here to lead us into joy, happiness, and our next home. We need to allow these beautiful beings to lead us into the next stage of our lives, continuing the good times we already know we are experiencing now. We will find ourselves stuck in a lifetime of negative happenings and unhappy memories if we don't. By Courtney Redburn. My spiritual life. What can I learn from my spiritual life? Many people are confused about their beliefs and wonder if having a my spiritual life is necessary or even relevant. Spiritual life is about more than believing in a higher power or God. It is about having solid faith in the values and ideas you have already arrived at through your spiritual journey. It does not matter what happens to you while pursuing this quest. What matters most is that you are following a path that is right for you in the end. There are many definitions and distinctions made when people talk about the term spiritual growth. The critical thing to remember is that no belief system is required to develop your spiritual growth. However, some core beliefs and attitudes will help you move towards your goals more quickly. Without having a set of fundamental beliefs and attitudes in place, you will find it much more challenging to move towards your goals in your chosen field of study. To begin, let us be clear on the meaning of the word religion. Religion is used today in a way that suggests a belief in a set of ideas, principles, or institutions as a whole. This definition includes all belief systems that people use to organize their thinking, actions, and emotions. In other words, it provides everything that distinguishes you as an avant-garde thinker. Many religions, such as Islam and Christianity, focus on God as the central figure in their lives. While a wide variety of other belief systems exist, it is beyond the scope of my article to provide an overview of the subject. Now let us discuss what it means to have a spiritual life. Spiritual life is characterized by a strong sense of faith, a sense that your belief is correct, and that the things you have learned through your studies are accurate. You will not be considered a spiritual person if you lack a firm belief in your own convictions. You must trust in God and have a deep connection with Him. If you do not, then you are not living a spiritual life. Your spiritual life is strictly human and not reflective of who you are as a spiritual being. Some religious people have a minimal view of what faith is. They often think of it as a belief system, something like a state of mind. On the other hand, theists who know faith history extensively would likely look at faith in much more concrete terms as the belief in a higher power, as an entity that created the universe and whose work we must trust to experience life in its fullness. Faith stories to help people see faith in a new light. People often ask me what they can learn from faith stories. My answer is that you can learn many things from faith stories. For instance, you can learn that faith is more than just belief. It is about the inner work you need to do every day to remain a vibrant spiritual being. Asking what you can learn from faith stories is not the same as asking what you can learn from your life. Your life has been lived in the past and will continue to be lived in the future. Your spiritual life is much more enduring. Your spiritual life has shaped your identity. You have made choices and continue to make choices. Those choices will impact your future and your ability to experience joy and peace. When people ask what they can learn from faith stories, they want to know whether or not they can find the faith that was missing in their lives. They need to discover the faith that motivated them to follow Jesus. They need to find the confidence that led them to accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior. They need to experience that faith every day so that they can live as if it is true. By Amanda Day. My faith in God. When I was younger, I had a deep and unwavering belief in myself and my ability to achieve anything I set my mind to. However, this fragile faith had been sapped of much of its power over time, and I found myself lacking in many areas of my life. For instance, I lacked confidence in my relationships and their strength. It didn't matter if the relationship was with a man or a woman, I lacked the confidence to give it a fair shake. So how do we regain that belief in ourselves and our abilities? The first step is to understand what our beliefs are and how they impact us. Does your religious or spiritual belief possess an extraordinary power that other religions do not have? These are the types of questions you need to answer before fully trusting yourself with another person's trust and happiness. Once you have answered these questions, you can move beyond your current circumstances to the future and feel stronger and more confident in to help and heal others. One way to look at religion and spirituality is to see it as having an underlying meaning that can help people find their path in life. In other words, religion is just a stage for each individual. Just like an actor or athlete has a stage of competition in which they must excel, every person goes through a journey of self-discovery where they look within themselves to find their own meaning. People need their meaning, and if they don't find it in the religion or spiritual community they reside in, they will eventually search out their own stage of competition. This process continues as each person searches for the meaning of life. Religion and spirituality can be seen as the same thing. It is a process. And just like any human activity, it requires effort, focus, desire, motivation, and passion for bringing about change. However, when it comes to love, it requires no effort on the part of the individual to love someone and make that relationship meaningful. It just flows from the heart and is given unconditionally. My love for you comes from the heart. My faith in others is similar to this. The actual act of love is at the root of all of our spiritual growth. It is at the foundation of everything we do and is the same energy in which we create our reality. It is simply a beautiful thing. It is the power and love of God. To learn how to love effectively, you must first understand the power of the love you experience with others. When we come into the conscious realm of our inner power, we begin to realize that all of the love we experience is the love of God. Love is the most potent force in the universe. It is also the essential kind of energy, as love works through every being in the entire universe, including those unable to love themselves. This is why love is such a powerful spiritual practice. If we can love ourselves, others, and God, we will find that the more opportunities we have to manifest the abundance life desires, the more fulfilled we will become. We will be able to live our lives with confidence and happiness. As we walk through the doors of success, our hearts will beat faster. Our bodies will respond with joy as we move toward our goals. The more opportunities we can tap into for love, the more fun we will experience. My faith in others is also a spiritual practice that I can easily practice daily. This doesn't mean I need to dedicate a specific time each day to feel this way. Instead, as I can practice the faith, I can see it in my daily interactions with people. When I can connect to others spiritually, I can allow them to communicate with me. My faith in others continues to grow as I deepen my faith in God. By Lynn Nightingale.